Hey, what is up guys? This is Norman3000. So this is the second tier list I have ever attempted. And this one is to celebrate 20 years of How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother is one of my all-time favorites and I rewatch it at least once a year, sometimes more than once. I am perfectly aware that this is not the best show and I'm not claiming it to be. Essentially, Star Wars is to Ted as How I Met Your Mother is to me.
Ted watches Star Wars in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad.
I have always wanted to do a tier list of How I Met Your Mother, even contemplating on doing it last year to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the finale and Tracy's death. But 20th anniversary ain't so bad either. So in any case, this is a tier list for the 9 seasons of How I Met Your Mother. And since this is a tier list, this is inherently wrong and have fun telling me in the comments why. Also, spoilers for a 20-year-old show, I guess? With that out of the way, let's get into it. So, Season 1, I'm perfectly fine putting it in the B tier. This one started it all. In the landscape of current television, I highly doubt a season like this would ever get greenlit for another season. The ultimate goal seems to be for Robin and Ted to get together, but there were a lot of episodes that focused more on character development and world building. While I have no problem with these, on rewatches, they can get kind of repetitive as I already know the world. How I Met Your Mother is still finding its footing here, so it's not really the best season. That being said, the wedding, Victoria's introduction, the pineapple incident, and Mary the paralegal, the twist is still funny to me 20 years later, are some of my favorite episodes from the season.
She's a paralegal.
Yes, I'm a paralegal.
I love TV episodes where they check on different point of views of an event. Yes, I have watched the 2 seasons of After Party, and the pineapple incident is a great episode of this one. How I Met Your Mother excels in telling stories in this point of view as they go into the future seasons. Victoria is also an awesome character, especially if we are just looking within Season 1. For now, Season 1 with all of its flaws sit at the bottom of the B tier. So Season 2 is also on the B tier. I was contemplating putting this on A or B, but I think it's better if we just put it on the top of B. The season starts with Robin and Ted finally together and Marsha and Lily's breakup. Brunch, the 3rd episode, is a good episode with the POV style, and it also has good world building into Ted's family. Ted Mosby, architect, was a genuine surprise for me back then. I was really caught off guard by the swerve at the end. We also have bangers here like Swarley, the slap bet episode which introduced Robin Sparkles, Showdown where Bob Barker is Barney's dad, and of course the episode Stuff. The place of the latter's episode is something I frequently quote, like,
This is the face of consumerism.
Hello, greed, rage, envy, and consumerism.
That being said, this is almost A tier but I don't know, for now, it just is in the top of B tier.
Oh no.
So similar to the second season, I'm contemplating about putting this into a higher tier. In this case, it's going to be from A or S. So for now, let's put it A. I'm not the biggest fan of the first 2 episodes of the 3rd season, especially the first. While this set up the butterfly tattoo with great things coming down the line, this whole episode was just It picked up on the episode called Little Boys with one of the funniest Robin moments.
Why is this kid around anyway? Shouldn't he be with his mom? I mean, what kind of lawyer does this guy have if he has to take care of the kid all the time? A good one. He won full custody. He won? He won? Oh God, getting the kid is winning, isn't it? Don't tell anyone I said that.
Even after multiple rewatch, I still think this was funny, especially now that I have made a decision for myself to not have kids. Other standout episodes for the season were Blah Blah, Spoiler Alert, Platinum Rule, 10 Sessions, The Bracket, and Sandcastles in the Sand. Spoiler alert and Platinum Rule are good for world building and character development, and Season 3 also introduced Stella, which is a great character especially in the confines of this season. Also, Britney Spears was a great guest star. So I guess fine, I'm putting it in the S tier.
That's absolutely right.
For Season 4, this is very easy. It's going to be on the top of S tier. This is one of the seasons that I actually have no problems immediately putting into the S tier. This is one of the seasons where if I see the title of the episode, I immediately get excited because it's probably one of my favorites. Naked Man and Not a Father's Day are favorites of mine.
Naked man. The way I feel about not having kids, I never knew I could love something this much.
For me, almost all of Season 4 is good. The Best Burger episode introduces GNB, Barney exploring feelings for Robin, Barney's stupid and awesome video resume, the front porch where the 40-year-old proposal has been a big part of my 20s,
Robin Scherbatsky, will you be my backup wife?
There's a lot of world building and character developments here that makes the universe more complete. Honestly, it would be easier to list Old King Clancy and Myrtle as the of the season for me. Season 5, this is almost in the C tier with the earlier episodes being good, then the post-Barney and Robin were not memorable, feeling like a filler. That is until the halfway mark with Jenkins and Cook Poo.
I mean, seriously, what kind of a fake name is Cook Poo?
I know the playbook is iconic, but the episode itself is quite meh, especially after watching it for more than 10 times. The last few episodes were great, with robots versus wrestlers, and the wedding bride being very iconic. So Season 5 goes into the bottom of the B tier.
No can-do'sville, baby doll.
So, Season 6. There are a lot of feels in this season, but there are a lot of fun moments too. This season adds depth to already existing characters and adds new ones which really help with the world building. Becky is an iconic addition, and she even cameoed on the sequel, How I Met Your Father.
Guys, I went out with Robin's roommate. I saw her bedroom. She's a messy Bessie.
In other news, later today, a Manhattan architect gets punched in the throat.
Of course, we can't talk about Season 6 without talking about that mid-season episode. It always hits right in the feels. Man, the way the episode just sets up everything, it's just so heartbreaking. It also helps that How I Met Your Mother itself made great developments with regards to the relationship between Marshall and his dad on prior episodes. The way Marvin Erickson was portrayed as a supportive, loving father is one of the best in TV history, if not the best. Not to mention, he also voices the GOAT, Patrick Starfish. This also set up Barney's dad moving forward. A very emotional season with lots of great episodes.
Who are you gonna listen to? Me? Or scientific data?
For the next 3 seasons, these are considered by some to be the worsts. I kind of agree, especially with Season 7 up until halfway through Season 8. So in Season 6, the first scene was at the wedding, and it ended with revealing Barney as the groom. So Season 7 is essentially a rehash of that in a sense that this one is for the bride. At first watch, it was extremely confusing as it essentially negated Barney and Quinn's engagement. The ending broke Season 7 for me, especially on rewatch. Not only did it make the prior scene pointless, it also, from a larger point of view, made the whole season pointless. It doesn't help the fact that most episodes just feel there. As much as I love different point of view episodes, I did not like the Burning Beekeeper, and it's just something I dread on rewatch. Trilogy Time is something I really apathetic towards, and it's one of the few episodes that I most likely skip when I'm rewatching. Another focus of Season 7 is with kids. Marshall and Lily's pregnancy, Ted and Barney's adoption of Hurricane, Robin unable to have kids, and the final episodes being Marvin's birth. and birth episodes in general I tend to be apathetic towards. Personally, I really dislike watching The Delivery on The Office, a series itself that I also rewatch once every 2 years. And The Magician's Code Part 1 is another such episode that I tend to skip. Season 7 does have some few things going for it, like the reintroduction of Victoria. I really found the "I believe you're about to give a big speech about fate" being funny.
Victoria, do you believe in fate?
I believe you're about to give a big speech on fate.
Well, I do.
Nora, Kevin, and Quinn are great characters. I actually felt glad Nora didn't end up with Barney. I felt like she deserved better. Kevin is very admirable for unproposing. He wants kid, Robin doesn't. It hurt Robin, but it was for the best. Quinn seemed like a perfect match for Barney, especially on one of the season's best in the episode Broth, until the last scene of season 7 turned her inclusion into a filler arc. In the grand scheme of things, especially on rewatch, season 7 really feels like a filler. Unlike with season 4 where I see the episode name, I get excited, on season 7 it's more of a, oh okay, it's that episode. Thus, season 7 is my personal worst season of How I Met Your Mother. So season 7 goes into the C tier. I'm sorry, I forgot to put season 6 in.
I think your stories are way too long.
I feel bad for his future kids, dude.
On first watch, season 8 was already broken for me because I was only anticipating how they are going to break up Quinn and Barney and how Robin and Barney are going to get back together. Thankfully, the former was done by episode 2, but the latter took about 10 more episodes. On first watch, it was exciting to know where the story will go, but for rewatches, they honestly feel like filler. The big surprises are gone. The episodes from episode 2 up until the final page part 2 really does rely on the shock of the first watch. There's a good mini arc here for Marshall in Stamp Tramp and 12 Horny Women, which were very good. And to add to another tangent, I really hate how Ted doesn't learn with Victoria. We later learn down the line that even Robin would have understood if Ted distanced himself from Robin as requested by Victoria. Thankfully, on rewatch, I'm like, yeah, Victoria deserved better. Ted sucks. After the first half of season 8, after the proposal, the episodes felt more meandering towards the wedding, though I have to say Carly, Barney's half-sister, and Jeanette were perfect filler girls for Ted before finally meeting the mother. I really like Irene Choi's cameo here. Irene Choi is Annie Kim from another series favorite of mine, Community. Time Travelers is an episode that gets more melancholic on rewatch. The feels can be hit or miss depending where you are with your life. This for me is the most polarizing How I Met Your Mother episode. Sometimes I watch, sometimes I skip. Bro Mitzvah is an awesome episode, enough to propel this above season 7. Not that that was a high bar to clear.
A bachelor party is a man's bro mitzvah.
Season 8 ultimately reveals the mother's face, which on first watch was like, okay, especially if you don't know who Kristen Milioti is, which I surely did not at the time. So season 8 is going to the top of C tier.
You take that back, clown. I am nothing like Ralph Macchio.
Okay, now we get into the final season. Right off the bat, I confidently put this in the B tier, but in the bottom. Okay, so hear me out first. Hear me out first. B rank for Season 9 may be quite a bit high. Season 9 has horrible pacing with the bulk of the season apparently happening within 55 hours. Then the last 2 episodes jumping back and forth through the past, present, and future on different perspectives, finishing with the most polarizing ending of all time. Adding again Season 9 was Jason Segel's contract, which made him separated from the gang throughout most of Season 9. While Daphne was an okay filler character, the Marshall-centric episodes here, like Bedtime Stories, are not. There are 2 things that go with Season 9. First, how often can you watch a show where they introduce a new character near the end and write it so well? A decade ago, I wasn't really a fan of Tracy's introduction in Season 8. I didn't know who Kristen Milioti was then, but after countless of rewatch, she was a great addition to the season and the perfect fit to the gang. She pops up from time to time as a guest star with my two favorites in Mythic Quest as Bean in Dark Quiet Death and Abby in 30 Rock. Yes, I know her appearance in 30 Rock predates How I Met Your Mother, but I didn't watch 30 Rock until 2019. In any case, she is indeed a very sexy baby.
And the whole sexy baby thing isn't an act. I'm a very sexy baby. I can't help it if men are attracted to me.
And yeah, last year's Penguin, she was the star of that show. For the second one, my all-time favorite episode in this series is her episode, How Your Mother Met Me. This episode was honestly just heartbreaking, heartwarming, and just beautiful. Not to mention another cameo from the GOAT Mitch, the Naked Man. Similar to time travels which can hit or miss depending on where you are, for me, the episode How Your Mother Met Me always hits, but the intensity differs depending on where I am at the time. Following this was also a good episode in Sunrise. In addition, so I guess there are 3 things that go with Season 9. Season 9 also does have some fun moments like the epilogue for certain characters like Gary Blauman, though the episode itself is kind of meh since it kind of created a plot hole where Gary was supposed to be dead. Well, it was Barney that told the story, so it was probably Barney lying a few seasons ago. Curtis, the front desk guy, was also a fun character. He played a great role in How Your Mother Met Me, and I also learned that he voiced Hercules in the 1997 film, 98, not sure, and was generally a good character. I really love his banters with Ted.
Attaboy. No, not a boy. It gets better. I am fine, Curtis. Okay?
Lastly, I would also like to talk about the ending. At first, I really liked the ending, but in rewatch, I started to hate it, but recently, I find it okay. I find it okay not because I liked Robin with Ted, but more of, this is not an impossible scenario. It isn't an ideal finale in a long-standing comedy series, but in a way, it kind of portrays the unexpected things in life can and will happen. So I am a millennial, and this kind of hits differently when you see some of your friends married and their spouse dies. I saw 2 or 3 friends who were married and their spouse died within 5 years. I don't know, it gives the ending more melancholy and a tone of finding happiness after happiness, if that makes sense. And lastly, the part where Ted and Tracy actually met, that was a great scene.
Great scene. Great scene.
And those are the things that carried Season 9 to B tier. You could argue that even with my bias, it should have been C tier, but nah. Ultimately, TM, Tracy McConnell, the mother, carried Season 9 so hard on her back, this might have reduced her lifespan, ultimately dying last year in 2024. Hey, I may have finally diagnosed what killed Tracy. What a horrible way to end the tier list. Or did she die so she could move to Gotham and be the absolute queen she is on Penguin, which was released in 2024? Well, in any case, there you go. 20 years of How I Met Your Mother and a tier list later. Have fun telling me how wrong I am in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Consider like, sharing, and subscribing if you found this useful. This has been Norman3000. See you soon.
And suit up!